What is up, guys? I know it's been a minute since my last video, and I said I was gonna do the brake install and the review and all that, but I haven't even gotten around to that. But a couple days ago I was on OfferUp and I found these spacers, these massive 2-inch spacers, for practically free. It was like such a great deal, so I had to cop them. And I was already looking for some spacers before, but they're like $300. So I was like, I'll just wait. I don't need them right now. But since I found this deal, I jumped on it right away. I put them on my car, but my fender was literally sitting on my wheel, so I had to take them off, obviously. And then what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cut the fender. And since I'm gonna cut the fender, I might as well lower it, because the reason I didn't max them out all the way slammed was because the wheel was rubbing on the fender too much. So I was like, I didn't want to roll the fenders. I did a little, just like with the baseball bat, but not something too crazy. So since I'm just gonna cut it, I might as well slam it all the way. And I'm not too sure if I want to do the rears, since the back, I don't know if you guys know, the back here has like 2 pieces of metal that come down to one, so I have to cut one layer and then the second layer, and then up front is just literally 1 piece of metal that you have to cut. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tape it up, mock it up, and start cutting it up. So I started with 2 inches, and then I kind of like 2 inches, and then 2.5, 2 3/4, and then 1, so it could like be a perfect, well, not perfect obviously, but like gradually go from big to small and look somewhat even. So I'm gonna do this side first and then see how that one turns out, and then we'll move on to the next side. Alright guys, this is what I have done for now. So the first time I used the grinder, I put that middle piece on backwards, so the disc was all floppy, but I still did it until it like broke off. See, that piece broke off, so it was like flapping everywhere. So I decided to take it off and put a new one back on. And when I was putting it back on, I realized that middle part was on backwards. So I put this one on, and it was so easy to cut through it. And there was a second layer, but it was just like this plastic. I don't know what that's for. I think it's for the dirt doesn't go up into your fender. So cut that as well. I'm gonna get started on the other side. Take this tape off and sand it down, and add a little bit of spray paint so it doesn't rust when it gets wet, anything like that. And hopefully it looks good. Can't wait to put on the spacers and slam it more and see how it looks. So I'll get started on the other side, and then we'll start putting on the spacers. Alright guys, both sides are done. This one came out really rough. This one came out pretty good. So looks like I might need over fenders sooner than I thought. So yeah, I'm just gonna slap on the spacers, lower it. I was looking on this side that I might not be able to lower this side anymore, because it's literally like or like an inch off the floor on this side, and on this side it's a little higher. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I set him at the same height. But I've always, when I rode it, I always felt my left side was higher. I don't know why, because when I put the coilovers on, I measured the same exact length on both sides. So I don't know, something happened. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna fix my coilovers to see that they're both exactly the same height and put on the spacers and see how it looks.
Day 2.
Okay, so I was kind of on a rush when I started doing this, so I had to put the wheels back on and leave, but I was scraping a lot. I tried to do my best on Friday when I started to I kind of rolled it right there, as you can see, but it's scraping this tiny little part right here, and my wheel is scraping that and that. And previously, when I had my old wheels, it scraped all of my coilover. So don't run coilovers with stock wheels, it will scrape. And I didn't read that until after I went to I have Raceland. I went to the Raceland, I don't remember what page it was, but they're like, if you have stock wheels, they will scrape. But whatever, I got these Style 5s. They're 16 by 8, I believe, and those are perfectly fine because the offset is different from these. So those are the ones that were scraping, and these are good. Anyways, I took this guard thing off. That was scraping as well. So now I'm thinking of just cutting this whole well off. That way none of that scrapes. And I doubt that's gonna scrape now that I have the spacer. That probably won't even scrape either, but I might not even do that. But I definitely have to. This little tiny piece is doing so much noise and it's really irritating me. So I have to do something about that piece. And then I'm gonna sand it down a little and just add a little bit of black paint so it doesn't rust. I just noticed that previously when my wheels were scraping, I guess it took off all the paint and it started rusting really bad. So I'm gonna paint those as well. I mean, nothing crazy, probably just a clear coat or something. Alright, so all I've been doing right now is just sanding it down, trying to get it as smooth as possible. You can run your fingers through it now before it like cuts you. It literally like ruined my sander. Pretty mad about that. But it's sanded down pretty smooth. Now no one will cut themselves or my tires getting popped or something. I mean, it can still scrape but I doubt they will. I left enough right height. And you can see these, it's a super rough finish. So this one's gonna destroy even more my sander. But over here is a pretty smooth finish. So I'm gonna tape it up and just throw some paint I have in there. Alright guys, so I finished the driver's side. I did the same exact thing as I did in the passenger side. I just grinded a little and then I sanded and then I added the spray paint. I didn't want to record all that because it was the same exact process, so I don't want to bore you guys. I'm loving it. This is my favorite thing I've done to my car so far. I didn't do the back because I feel like the back is pretty good. I mean, I can't complain. The fitment is pretty spot on. I don't have to wash my car. I'm gonna do that right now, but I just have to go do some work stuff right now. So I'm gonna get back, wash the car, and then I'll talk to you guys in a bit after I wash the car, and then have some updates I want to give you guys on the next videos that are coming up. I'm gonna be doing like a drift series, another E36 drift series, because there's already so many. But yeah, so there's gonna be a drift event on July here in Vegas, so I'll be talking more about that later on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and subscribe because there is a lot of new stuff coming to the E36. I bought something massive that I want to show you guys soon, and I bought some new wheels. So stay tuned, subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll be posting a lot of new videos soon. Alright, thanks guys.